Welcome to the second episode of Losse Stichters Is Het Nieuw podcast, where we discuss fun and unlikely inventions that you haven't yet heard about. Hello, Ferdinand Léger here. Do you own a cat? And do you talk to it about your clever ideas? I know I do, but then again, my cat is a very clever girl. I bet you though that neither your cat nor mine proposes connecting your inventions up to orbital nukes for the fear of communists. But then again, neither you or I are called Arthur Piedrick. You see, Arthur Piedrick was a rather eccentric inventor who had previously made a career for himself as a British patent examiner. As an inventor, he often attributed parts of his invention to political discussions with his cat Ginger. Ginger, besides being preoccupied with nuclear retaliation, was also in somewhat of a territorial dispute with the neighbor's cat, who is referred to in many of Piedrick's patents. As it happens, the cat from next door had a tendency to raid Ginger's home in search of cat food, and had, on occasion, been quite successful. While intending to put a stop to what Piedrick calls considerable feline rivalry, a color-selective cat flap was devised. A really marvelous feat of engineering which is known under British patent number 1426698. This patent treats all relevant electromechanical ins and outs for detecting fur color and provides the selective entry of a pet to one's kitchen. Piedrick's invention was, by all standards, far ahead of its time in 1974. In fact, the technology discussed in this patent would be cited for decades to come, and has even been cited as prior art to both European and American patent inventions from companies like Canon and semiconductor manufacturer ST Microelectronics, the latter of which wouldn't even be founded for another 12 years. While the cat flap system itself was quite impressive, Ginger, which is the cat, well, let's just say he had another idea for it. From page 3, line 114 of the description onward, things took a darker turn in the otherwise comprehensive patent, as Piedrick documents his discussion with his clearly disturbed pet. Ginger revealed himself to be somewhat of a nuclear physicist, even going as far as quoting Einstein and accusing humanity of not heeding the words of a certain Lord and Savior. Ginger appears to have rambled on about things such as communist and proposed integrating the color detector, which is based on photon detection, into an automatic reprisal satellite carrying a nuclear weapon for detecting and responding to a nuclear strike. This was surprisingly presented as a cost-saving measure to the nuclear weapons of the 1970s. Ginger further remarks that, and I quote, "The whole unfortunate situation might have been avoided if Albert Einstein had not doodled his equation E equals mc squared in the Swiss Patent Office around 1905, instead of doing the job he was actually getting paid to do." Well, perhaps Piedrick here was just being jealous of his former colleague at the Swiss Patent Office. It is, at the very least, very curious that Ginger, the cat, would have an opinion on the manner in which patent examiners conduct themselves. Now, where such a nuclear reprisal would leave the neighbor's cat is not explored in the patent application. Ginger, the cat, doesn't seem to have concerned himself much with the neighbor's cat beyond barring him from the kitchen. Ginger would, however, go on to make an appearance in several other patent applications, wherein Ginger would show himself to be heavily opinionated on the topic of world energy, corned beef, Sir Winston Churchill, and the TV sponsorship of actors of various commercial products. Finally, considering the arguable usefulness of the invention insofar as orbital nuclear retaliation is concerned, we are not convinced that patent protection is a viable strategy. After all, if the infringing party is in possession of a nuclear deterrent, suing him is just not an option. And in what manner a patent may be enforced in space is a matter for a different episode altogether. Well, this concludes today's short video on Arthur Piedrick's color-sensitive cat flap. We hope that you enjoyed this video. As always, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more episodes on fun and unlikely inventions that you haven't yet heard about.